Hello, party ponies. It is Wednesday. I just had some French fries. YOLO. And yesterday's live, OMG, I have wanted to delete that so many times. But a few of you have commented, a few of you have messaged me, a few of you have said that was exactly the thing you needed. It was extra spicy. So if you're struggling with making a decision about whether or not you're going to go all in with this, I'm encouraging you to go watch that. And if you did watch it and it resonated, I, as your coach, would love to hear that you got a nugget out of it, because sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself. I am talking to myself. That's one of the things I love about coaching, because I am here to lead me first, and it's messy and imperfect, and we have to do the hard work of kind of uncovering all of our layers and getting to the root of the self-limiting belief and the self-sabotage and all of that tends to help to keep us kind of hold us captive and hostage, right? So I was doing some personal development this morning, and I want to share a nugget with you, and it ties into yesterday. It ties into the fact that if you're struggling seeing results, if you're struggling getting momentum, if you are kind of allowing life to happen to you, I see you, I get it, but I'm going to give you a little bit more tough love today, that nobody is going to do it for you. If I could do it for you, I would have already done it, right? Nobody is going to do it for you. No one's going to show up in your house. No one is going to show up in your brain, as much as I like to think that I pop into your head on occasion and into your inbox. But nobody's going to show up and force you to do the work. That is part of the process. It's part of having self-awareness. It's part of being really honest around the journey. And I am right there with you. I don't have this all figured out. I do still self-sabotage and numb and buffer. And I'm on this journey with you, right? Because I am not here for a perfect body. I'm not here for a beach body. I'm not here to look a certain way. I'm not going to lie to you. Vanity does drive a portion of this journey. But when I finally figured out that me choosing to show up for myself was about so much more than the number and the size, that's why I talk about it all the time, because for so long, that was the indication of my success. I either was winning because I was seeing changes, or I wasn't. And some of you are trapped in that loop right now where you are doing the work and there's other things happening in your life that are preventing you from seeing the results, like outside of your control, like actual medical stuff. Okay, some of us just work out and we still eat the cookies, and that's a whole nother bag of beans that we're not talking about. But I want you, if that is you, and if you are struggling and your results aren't catching up with where you're at in your journey, I want you to be, number one, honest about it. Like, are you actually going all in and making the decision to do the actual work? Or are you just saying you're going to touch it and you're going to slide on by and hope that you get results? This morning on our Zoom, there were 3 of us, and we were talking about what I talked about yesterday, about how it comes down to actually making the decision that no matter what, you're gonna do the work, and you're gonna get disciplined, and you're gonna show up and do the stuff that you keep saying you want to do. And Carla was talking about how it was when she did 4 weeks for everybody with Autumn, that Autumn said this truth bomb, that is, this is not, it doesn't ever end. And sometimes we get caught up in that. We're like, oh, it's a 4-week thing, or it's a 6-week thing, or it's an 8-week thing. And when I'm done with this program, but you guys, the whole point of these programs is they're bookmarks along the way. They're chapters in your story. There's never a beginning and there's never an end, really. I mean, there is a beginning when you just finally decide that you're going to go all in and you're going to work on your journey. And when I say all in, it has nothing to do with perfection, but you're actually going to trust the process, and you're going to do the consistent work, and you're going to compound the action, right? And then at the end is the end. The end is there is no more. Like, you are done living this life. So we're not even going to be talking about the end. This journey that you're on, it's a living, breathing, evolving thing, and it won't always be linear. And the results are going to look different depending on the season you're in and the stresses that you have and your hormones and all of the other things that will color your results, okay? But if you've been thinking about it as a quick fix or a 4-week thing or a 6-week thing or an 8-week thing, or once I get done with this, that's not, you're missing the whole point. The point is, this is your freaking life. This is your life. It is not promised. It is not guaranteed. And the fact that we get to show up, the fact that we get to work on our journeys, the fact that we get to rewire our stories and all of our self-limiting belief and all of that stuff, we get to choose that. We get to choose to reframe it, to rewire it. We choose the filter that we are looking at all the things. That's a journey. It's a journey that we all have the privilege, the right, and the responsibility to be on. So if you've been telling yourself the story that I'm doing all the things, but I'm not seeing the results, I'm going to challenge you and ask you, are you really doing all the things? Like, are you really? Are you really all in with your workout? Are you really getting enough sleep? Are you really being mindful around what's going into your pie hole? Are you actually using the different nutrition tools we have? Are you utilizing Shakeology? Are you drinking enough water? Are you getting enough play? Because I can tell you from personal freaking experience, even when I'm super dialed in, there's something that I'm off kilter in. We're never 100% because I don't think that 100% is really, I don't think it's sustainable. And I don't really want to live that life if we're being honest. So give yourself a little bit of grace that perfection doesn't really exist. Let go of the you that you were once upon a time in a different chapter, in a different season. And be here now. Be who you want to be. Take the actions, make the decisions as that next level version of yourself, even if you're not there yet, even if you're not her yet. The only way you become her is to pretend to be her, to take those actions, to do the things, and to stop making excuses, to stop playing small. I'm totally speaking to myself. I don't have this all nailed down. I'm a work in progress. This is why I do the personal development every single day. But I think a lot of us are hoping, especially if you're newer on your journey, you're hoping that there will be some exterior force that will show up in your life and it will change your thinking and it will change the words that come out of your mouth and it will change your circumstances and it will change your results. But the only thing that will create that change is you. It's your effort, it's your decision, it's your action, it's the daily compounding things that we choose to do or we choose not to do. And there will be seasons in your life where it's just not feasible and it's really not that important. And I don't want you to unplug and like check out, because wherever you're at in your journey, you're worthy of showing up for. You're worthy of doing some kind of work. And even if it is one of those seasons where you have to limp along and you do the bare minimum, that's okay, because it's still momentum, right? It's still momentum. It's you keeping a promise to yourself and getting the momentum along the way. But the second that you get frustrated and you say, it doesn't look the way it should, who says it should look away? Like, if you're trying to look like the people on the TV, those people live different lives than you. They might even have like food catered for them. They might have someone show up at their house, show up at their house and help them in other areas. So stop freaking comparing yourself to other freaking people and stop comparing yourself to who you were once upon a time, because you're no longer her. You're no longer her. You are you now. You are worthy of showing up for. You are worthy of taking the action. You're worthy of doing the next right thing. There is no such thing as perfection. So stop using that as your crutch, as your excuse to begin again. You just do the next right thing. You just do the next right thing. Okay? Okay. So if you need some more fire, go watch yesterday's live. I didn't send that to anyone. Usually I upload all my content into YouTube and then I'll text it to people that I really want to watch it. And yesterday that one's not going anywhere. That one almost went to the like delete file. But it's true. I said what I said and I believe it to be true. And I live that. I've lived that more than once in my own life, where sometimes we're just lip service. We're just saying it. We don't actually mean it. Our why doesn't actually motivate us enough to do the freaking work, to make the change, to make the shift, to grow, to get uncomfortable, to fail a little. None of those are bad things. That's part of growth. That is part of the growth process. So if you are at a season where you are ready to do the next right thing and you're not quite sure what that is, that's why you have me. That is why I'm here talking to you and pouring into you and showing up every single day, even when it's crickets and silence, because I know this changed my life. I know this has been something that transformed me and is helping me move to the next level version of myself. And I want that for you too. I don't need you to look like me. I don't want you to be a carbon copy. I don't even care if you do the same workouts I do. I want you to feel like you are winning at your life. I want you to feel brave. I want you to feel proud. I want you to feel capable. I want you to feel strong. I want you to choose to feel resilient. We choose to feel those things. I can't show up and force you to feel those things. I can pep talk you all day long, but at the end of the day, you are the keeper of what's happening in between here. And if what you're telling yourself isn't serving you, do the personal development. It's such a game changer, right? Right. All right. I had my French fries. I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna log those as yellow. They were tasty. They were delicious. no regrets, right? No freaking regrets. Do your best, surrender the rest, stop making excuses in your life. And if you need some help, you're gonna raise your hand and we're gonna figure it out together.